Monday, 26th of September, 2022. It's Magic Monday Live with me, Michael Heppel, and I'm talking about menopausing. And my men don't like to talk about it. And I'm looking forward to this session. I felt basically slightly uncomfortable the whole time I've been planning it. And that's probably a good thing. Maybe we should feel a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. Maybe we should be, asking ourselves some harder questions. Particularly talking about the blokes here. Yes. So it's going to be an interesting discussion. I'm going to be talking about this. I've got some notes that I've made here. And I would, as always, love your comments. So are we ready for it? Are we ready to do it? Should we play the video and get started? I think we should. Here we go. Yes. Okay, so I'll just do the jingle as well. I'm not putting off talking about this. Or am I?
It's the start of the week. Grab your coffee cups. It's Magic Monday Live.
All right, we're talking about the menopause and men. So men and menopausing, that's what we're talking about today, or I'm talking about, and I would love your input as well. And the subheading of this is why men don't talk about the menopause. And I've thought about it a lot. And Christine and I have been out for a few walks recently, and I've talked about it with Christine as well. And it's quite an interesting thing to bring up that conversation in the first place. So that's the first thing. Men don't talk about the menopause or menopausing. I like the fact that Davina's done this. She's made it menopausing. And it's because I sometimes think we just don't know how to bring it up. We don't know what to say. We don't know what questions to ask. And we're terrified. We're absolutely terrified. And that's the first thing. The first belief that I have is that men don't talk about the menopause, particularly with women and with other men, because we worry about the fact that we're going to get something wrong, which of course is crazy. And I think if you were to ask the vast majority of women, would you want your partner to talk about the menopause? I am talking men here, exclusively. I'm talking men, and because that's the subject that I know, and I'm sure there's lots and lots of other variants, and there's lots of other variants within menopause as well, as I've been discovering recently. But basically, blokes, we worry that we're going to mess things up, so we don't start the conversation. But I ask, if your male partner said to you, I want to talk to you about the menopause, what would you think? What would go through your mind as a woman if they said that? And hopefully maybe they have said that. The next thing is, the challenge that a lot of blokes have is that we want to fix things. I know it's a bit of a cliche. I know it's a bit of a generalization, but men want to fix things. Women want to be heard. And I've been given such a lot of stick. I put that in one of my books, and one of the people who did a review said that I was being absolutely totally sexist saying that. And I know it's a generalization, but think about it in these terms. When men can fix things, they love to feel in control. It's like an ego thing, isn't it? It's broken, I'll fix it. If there's something wrong, if there's something isn't quite right in your life of your partner right now, I want to see if I can fix it straight away. Here's the challenge, of course. We can't fix that one. We can't fix it. We can listen, and boy, oh boy, that is a great skill in itself. Ask questions, listen to the response, really listen. Listen to understand, not listen to think what you're going to say next, but really understand. Allow somebody time to explore their feelings. The person who you're asking, they may feel very uncomfortable talking about that how they feel if they're going through perimenopause, or they are feeling menopausal, or whatever it might be, or they're through it, or they haven't started, or whatever they might be. It could just be a very uncomfortable time. So asking and then listening, I think, is a real skill that men have to learn. The next thing is that there's still this thing about jokes, isn't there? Where it's blokes have this thing where we'll turn it into a joke. And I remember there was a time when stand-up comedians used to talk about women with their symptoms and make it into a joke about, you know, I won't even try and do the jokes because they're terrible. But in the same way that, you know, we've moved on with other types of jokes, I think it's the same time to move on with this. You wouldn't tell a racist joke now, would you? You wouldn't tell a homophobic joke now, would you? So why would we turn it into a thing that it has to be funny? You know, blokes saying, oh, I suffer from the menopause, you should be married to her. It's pathetic. It's time to move on from that. And it's time to say, okay, really? I mean, really, come on, fellas. If men suffered from the menopause, how much research would go into it? I mean, how much would have been spent? What would have been done? How much of an issue would it be? Oh my goodness, it'd be absolutely massive. And the other thing is, this is it's embarrassment over our lack of knowledge. We don't know enough about it. And I've been guilty of that in the past. I know that Christine would often send friends a book, and it was a great book. I think it's kind of had its time. I think things have moved on a little bit, called The Wisdom of the Menopause by Christian Northrop. And I remember reading that book and kind of going, wow, I just didn't know any of this stuff. But recently, I've been educating myself again, and this time with this book. And I want to talk a little bit about this and a little bit about this book and why it's really important. Now, anybody who's watched me and knows that this lady, Davina McCall, is a wonderful friend of mine. She's one of the most extraordinary individuals you could ever meet. And I know that some people kind of go, well, she's Marmite. You know what? I love Marmite. So that's fine. Some people don't get Davina, and that's okay. It's not her job to be liked by everybody. However, she has this passion, this absolute passion to help people to understand menopausing, she calls it. And she's worked with this incredible lady, Dr. Naomi Potter, on this book. And I love this subtitle, The Positive Roadmap to Your Second Spring. And I've been reading this book, and it's a thick book, and it's in color. And oh my goodness, it certainly makes you think. It educates blokes. I'm sure it'll educate a lot of women as well. But when you open up and you see a title like this, could you have a conversation about that? Blokes, could you do that? Would you know what to say? I certainly didn't. I certainly didn't. But the great thing with this book is that it's done in quite a different way. So it covers everything. You've got the science, and it's not mumbo jumbo science. It's like the proper science, the latest thinking, the latest research. It's great. You've got loads of input from real women telling their stories, sharing how they're feeling about a myriad of different things. There's lots of how-tos, like really great practical advice, practical stuff that you can do that will make a difference. And it's so varying. I mean, everything from skin care to sex, nutrition, about questions to ask your doctor, about having the guts to get a second opinion, about sharing things. Absolutely everything that you can imagine, it's all in here. It's brilliant. But the wraparound, the big wraparound, is Davina being reassuring and talking about that's all right, and this is why, and this is what happens. And I think the more that men in particular understand it, the more we can have conversations. And I'm talking about meaningful conversations, not just There, it'll be all right. I'm talking about having conversations where we're able to say, I think it'll be all right. I read that really interesting thing in that book, and it said this. No, I'm going to fix it, or you should. Nobody wants to hear that. You know what you should do? You should get your HRT changed. That's what you should do. Nobody wants to hear that. Have a conversation about it. Listen, understand. Blokes should be having conversations with each other. I had a conversation, just a WhatsApp conversation with my best pal at the weekend, and we talked about this. And I said I was doing this session today. I said I felt a bit nervous about it. And he was like, Michael, you'll be great. And I went, it's not a subject that I know a lot about. And he said, well, you probably know more than most because you do that type of thing. And actually, I've been reading some stuff recently, and I want to be able to support my wife, and I want to be able to do this. And we had a great conversation, a proper good conversation, just on a WhatsApp, backwards and forwards. So I'm challenging you, men. I'm challenging you, men. If it's not this one, read something else. Go online, read up about stuff. Have meaningful conversations. Listen. 2 of these, 1 of those. Don't try to fix things. Originally, I had a whole list of stuff I was going to share, a whole list of things. I was going to talk about the difference between perimenopausal and menopausal and postmenopausal and all this different. And I thought, I don't need to be the expert. I don't need to be here telling people what they should and shouldn't do. All the information, all the knowledge is there. What I can advise and what I am advising is for us to be more open to it. And by us, I'm particularly talking about men. Who's here? So, hello from Witham. Hello. There's Claire. Hello from London. Good to see you, Claire. Good afternoon from the gym. Hello. Here's Leslie from Grey, Hampshire. Sorry about that. It's sunny here today in Northumberland. Sunny Salford. Fiona, great to see you. Steve Kelly. Hello, everyone. Steve here, and he's in Malvern. Buongiorno, or okay, from the chilly old Ricky, which is Ian in Edinburgh. Rachel, the menopause nutritionist. Aha! Okay, so Rachel has written a book about menopause nutrition. It's going to be published literally in days. And she's been part of my Write That Book group. And I bought a copy of the book. And this is really brilliant because there's a big part in here about nutrition, but it's the where to and the how to. Obviously, Rachel's book's like that thick, just on the nutritional side of things. And when you kind of go, okay, how am I going to find out about it? The knowledge is there. The information's there. Be careful, by the way, blokes. I wouldn't suggest that you just go out and just buy the book and go, hi, I think you need this. Just be careful with that type of stuff. So Rachel, yes, her book is going to be available very, very soon. Hello from sunny Taunton. Hello. Do love the wee jingle. Yeah, I love it too. Right. Hi, Micah from the Highlands. Great topic. Love Davina. Yes, we do. She'll be watching this. She did actually say, I'd love to be on it live, Michael, with you, but she's recording all day today. And I said, I don't want you to be. It's my show. Stop trying to get on the telly all the time. She'll be watching the replay, I promise you. He's David. Hello from Mikolova. That's nice, isn't it? Mikolova. Love the name of that. Great to hear you speaking about this. It is good, yes, and knowledge is power. Couldn't agree more. Howdy from Hove. That must be Sarah there in Hove. Great subject, Michael. Important subject, Fiona. Absolutely great. Also, a lot of stigma and shame, I'm sure that is, surrounding the topic. Totally. Hello, says Eleanor K. And here we have Facebook user. Be very pleased. Yes. Hello from Portugal. Oh, Mo, that's nice. Hope you're having a great time. Hello from China. And some businesses now have an andropause policy. Yes. And you know what? I'm sure that is andropause, menopause, just a little mistype there, maybe, hopefully. Because I don't know what an andropause is. That's probably another thing. If it is a thing, I don't know about it. I need to find out about it. But if it's a typo, yes. We've always tried to be as supportive as possible in our business. Absolutely. And because I've employed 80% women over the years, it's more important than ever for me to really to do the right thing. I'm not saying I'm perfect in any way, but intent. I think it's very important. Okay. Men are providers, women are makers. Interesting. Thank you so much for addressing the subject. Any discussion about this stage of life is a great way forward. Even us ladies don't know much about it, so we can learn together. Louise, perfect. And check this out. Honestly, I knew it was going to be good. Have you seen the programs that Davina did about the menopause? Really, really brilliant. But this, and because she's been able to really go deep with Dr. Naomi, it's absolutely fantastic. Sometimes just feeling listened to is a great support. Yeah, absolutely. But men have to show that we're properly listening. This is not listening. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's not. That out the way. Get it out the way. Not even in front of you. Blokes, put your phone away and then have the conversation. It's lack of awareness and nerves. I agree, definitely. Davina's been amazing. Agree. Great points made. Thanks, MH. Understanding is key, as well as addressing health inequalities. Oh, see, Steve, that is what a wonderful way to describe that. Genius. Hi, Michael. Hi, Lorraine. Lovely to see you. Absolutely love her. Great. Thank you. It's on my to-buy list. It's super. It's really, really great. I'm halfway through the audiobook. Great when out walking the dog. I didn't even think about the audiobook version. I might get that as well. I bet that's really good, the audiobook version. Something I'm really interested in, Michael, particularly supporting women in the workplace. Well done. Great topic. I'll buy the book. Mo, if there's anybody who will be brilliant at supporting people, it would be you. Challenge accepted. I don't know who this is, but I hope you're a bloke saying that. Love this. Thanks, Michael. Thank you. Hello from sunny Kent. Hello from sunny Kent. Oh, pesky StreamYard. I know it's not putting the thing up. He is Des Reynolds. Great talk, Michael. Davina's doing a great job spreading the word on this. She is. She's spreading the word. She's helping with the education, but she's also giving people confidence. Confidence. Absolutely. Look at this. Here we go. Andropause is the male menopause. Well, I didn't know that. So workplaces are having a policy on the male menopause, but maybe not necessarily on the female menopause. Is that what they're saying? If so, that is a complete one of those. Here's Ian Pilbeam saying, massive topic. I wish they taught this stuff at management school. And I certainly wish I had known more earlier in my HR career. I dread to think how many absences/performance problems have been mishandled down the years. I got a little tingle when I read you saying that, Ian, because of all the people I know in HR who are brilliant at what they do. There's you saying that you could always be better. Yeah. Well done, Michael, for talking about this. As a bloke, it's a big step. Absolutely. It's not a typo. Yeah, I've discovered that now. Perfect. Kate Wilson, she's your menopause expert. Yes, Kate. Definitely something we should all know more about. Thanks for chatting about it, Michael. Hannah, it's my pleasure. And I think I'll keep talking about it, keep bringing it up. Andropause, the result of a decreased level of testosterone in men. Now, I know about that because someone was talking to me the other day about increasing their testosterone level for doing stuff. But I think you have to be careful with that because there certainly can be some side effects if people don't do it properly. And one of those side effects is, yeah. Our company includes great menopause section with our wellbeing policy. Awesome. I don't know who you are, but that is great. And the more we talk about this now, the easier it will be for our daughters when it's their time. And I have a daughter, and that is a really important point. So I hope you've enjoyed this Magic Monday live. I know I was pretty serious with the whole thing, but I am serious about the whole thing. I think it's really important. Sometimes I do these and they're quite light. Other times I think it's just good to be a little bit more serious. And then, of course, making sure that we go in and we are doing something that will make a difference. And if you have watched this on replay, Davina, as you can see, loads of love in the comments, and I love you too. Thanks very much, everybody. Be brilliant. Have an absolutely amazing week. Keep commenting. Keep letting me know what you think. Keep doing stuff. #replay. Absolutely. Take good care. Bye.